Welcome back, guys. I have been playing around with the upper part of the island, and I have come up with my final plan for exactly how this is going to look. So, without further ado, buckle up. Excellent. Okay. But that is just the beginning of what we're going to do. Right. Over here, we're going to finish off. I want parks. Like a big park area around these big monuments. Now, we've got this one pointing that way. That one's pointing in. But I think I'm going to change it round. And I think I'm going to have them both facing. Now, I need to have them lined up. So... Yep. Cool. So that they're both facing out like that. Right, so then we're going to have some park action. that's how we're going to lay those out. Alright. Cool. Right. Just need to tidy this up. But that's kind of the look that I'm going for. So again, we need to do the same on the other side. But it's kind of rinse and repeat now. I'll do this one. But then we'll kind of call it, I think. Because it gets boring after you've seen it about 10 times. So how do I want to do this? Bring it out to there. Then come across. And then bring it out to this. Oh, doing it again. Man, it's fussy. Like that. Need to put one in there and see we get that nice block, which is what we want. And I'll leave this side, I think. Am I gonna do that side? I think I'll leave that side for now. Do that offline. So now we just need to do this end. So and there we are. So now we can zone this in. Now I think what we're going to do, we've got a couple of service buildings that we need to put in. But what do you think? Like, initial impression? It's kind of nice, kind of sharp. I like it. I like it, I have to say. Let's just connect this bit of road up like that for now. That's going to need to be realigned, that road along there. But we've got some buildings here that we need to put in. Fire station, particularly the services that we need to put in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fire station on one side. I'm going to put the fire station there. And the police station, I think, is going to go on the other side. There. There we go. Now, in actual fact, did I put a path along there? See, if I've put a path along there, which I have, I can actually get rid of that and use this to effectively do the same thing. There we go. And that one hasn't got one, so that's fine. Oh, no, it has. Yeah, that's got a path along the edge. Do the same there, so we can actually save a bit. Oh, no, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. There you go. Okay, and we also want some power. So we'll put some power in. And for now, where am I going to put the power? For now, I'm going to put the power probably there. And I'm also going to put in a garbage. Now, this isn't going to stay in this location, but like for now, I'm just popping it there so that we've got power, we've got garbage. All right. So, final thing, bit of zoning. So, how are we going to zone this in? Well, I am going to zone it in the way I said. So, these on the outside are going to be the bright, shiny hotels. And then inside that, yeah, that's going to be offices. This is all going to be offices. And oh, how can I design that one square? Well, I'm going to ignore it. I'll sort that out later. So, no, that's not what I want. I want all of these to be offices. Bum, 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 bum. Lots of bum, bum, bums. And then around the outside, the shiny hotels. Cool. So there you go. That is the plan. And when you're done, it looks like that. Now, obviously, I need to do a little bit of work on this to get a nice smooth edge, but you can see that when the grass grows back, it's kind of nice to have that little edging of grass around the outside, but I'll trim that back so that it looks nice and neat. Now, I have already done another one over here. Should we go and have a look? And this is what it looks like when you've got some buildings. Now, I've only done one side of this, so I was just kind of trying it out, but same deal. Again, trying the different tracks and seeing the looks with the bridges and without the bridges, and seeing like what looks, and like having the bridges up to there and then having no bridges for these entrances. I'm going to play around with all these different looks, but essentially that is the layout for this. And I think like when you get the buildings in there, that I don't think that looks too bad. What do you think, guys? We've got the trees in between the buildings, all the paths so that people can have a wander around. We've got the nice parks and plazas, and particularly over here, this is a nice big area. It's going to attract the tourists, and we've got these specific assets which are nice for visitors. But for right now, I've got an absolute ton of work to do to duplicate this another 5 times and get all the train tracks and stuff laid in. So let me do that, and then we'll come back and take a bit of a look at it. And about 8 hours later, here she is. What do you think, guys? I think we're starting to get there. Oh, I've got to say, I freaking love how this is looking. I decided to turn this building around so that instead of curving this way, it was curving that way, and it was like that was the thing. That was just what made it look, oh well, to me, just perfect. And this is just kind of the first stage. Now you'll see that I've laid out every one of these sections. Oh man, this took some time. I changed the trees though. I was using the trees, what is it? Trees with leaves, the first one. But I've changed it to this is the small beech, and I think the small beech looks much better. It also covers these up a little bit better. Like, I don't want them covered up. I want them to be there. I want you to be able to see, but I don't want them to be like quite so obvious. These small beech kind of work, I think, pretty perfectly, especially when you get some buildings around them. We've got this one section that's got some buildings, and I think these kind of stand out just a little bit better, especially when you've got like a slightly larger block. And you can see some of these blocks are fairly big. But, oh, man. Kinda loving it. And there's a section over here where I've put the connecting railway in. This one is the one that I've kind of been playing with. And I think it's going to be something like this. You know, just a couple of trees. I've used these palm plants to kind of decorate the front of this one. But you can see once it gets a little bit of grass growing back, and you get a few plants on there, I think it looks pretty, like, quite pretty. Now we've got the double tracks. Once we get all the trains coming in here, those wonderful bullet trains, I think this is going to look pretty sweet. And in terms of the buildings, let's just go back over to that block that was already started. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be picking out some of the best and tallest buildings. So, you know, like things like these. And we're going to be using those. That run just a little bit and grow those. So I want a little bit more variety than this, but I want these tall buildings. I want the tallest, brightest buildings. I want this to be really nice and bright and shiny. That's actually pretty cool. I'm already liking that. I notice we've got an electricity problem. We shouldn't have any electricity problems anyway. Why have we got an electricity problem? You working? Yeah, that's on. It's on. What's wrong with the electricity? Oh, no, it was just taking its time. Okay, cool. We've got, yeah, the whole thing is powered. The whole thing has got water. So it's going to be literally a case of put it on fast and watch it grow. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next episode. We're going to watch the city grow. I'm going to be finishing off the train lines and putting those train lines in, getting the tourists in. We need a super creme over here because we've got people dying all over the place. What else are we going to do? Oh, over here. By the way, let me point out. Over here, ignore all of the blooming icons. In fact, let's go to camera mode. There we go. Over here, I've been extending the high density, and I've been changing these roads from two lane to 4 lane, right? And as you can see, with the original spacing that I had, once you expand them to 4 lane, it kind of fills them in, these areas. And yeah, so we're starting to get, oh look, there's a nice tall building. We're starting to get this turning into a fairly dense, heavily populated area. But I'm keeping some low density at the front. I think that gives us kind of a nice balance of the, you know, the height of the building sort of going into the heart of the city, which is going to be over in this area. But there's some leveling up to do and all that kind of stuff. But guys, I want your comments. Am I headed in the right direction? Do you like this? Are we starting to kind of produce something that's like... I kind of want this to be the new Tamarin Island. Like my old... people who've been around for a while will know about Tamarin Island. Tamarin Island turned out like beautifully. That was in Sim City. I mean, it was kind of stunning, I thought. I want this to turn out the same way. So, guys, let me know what you think. There's going to be a lot more of this. I've got some staggering ideas. I've got some ideas for the entranceway over here. I'm going to remodel this a little bit. I've also got maybe some better ideas for this train track coming up. I've got ideas for these other areas. Oh, my God. So much. Leave me comments. I'll catch you for the next one, guys. Peace out.